stations are tuned in too.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any materials produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present Girls vs. Ghosts, The Realm Walker with Kelly McCarville, live, only on Spreaker. Every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. And as always, join us in our live interactive chat by going to Spreaker.com or downloading the Spreaker app for your devices. Kelly is a respected paranormal investigator and also a very gifted medium and brings a unique perspective into the paranormal field. Be sure to follow Kelly on all her social media at Facebook, Kelly McCarville Moonspinner, Instagram and Twitter at Moonspinner76, and on the web at mysticalmoonspinner.com.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday night. This is Kelly McCarville Moonspinner and you're listening to The Realm Walker on Paranormal Buzz Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. We are going to have a super great show tonight. We have had these gals on as a guest on Shay's Paranormal Chat before, and I've had the wonderful opportunity to hang out with them many times. I usually go home with aching ribs and short of breath because of laughing so hard, so strap in, guys. It's going to be a fun time. Tonight, my guests are the Southern Gypsies, and right now we have the lovely Ashley, and Misty is back. Yes? No?
No, but
not yet. Well, we have the lovely Ashley, and joining her eventually will be her sister Misty, and potentially Holly here in a little bit. So, how are you doing tonight, Ashley?
I am doing great. I'm super excited to be on the show and talking to you guys and checking in and all that other good stuff, getting into trouble as usual. How are you guys doing?
Doing amazing. Just keeping super busy, but trying to get all prepped and ready for this weekend. Got a lot of people coming out, so excited about that.
I know, I'm excited. We're start traveling tomorrow night. We're going to hit the road running, and whoo, we're getting. I was going to ask when you were going to have to get on the road. So what we're talking about, everybody, is this coming Saturday, we have an investigation at the Haunted Farrar Schoolhouse in Farrar, Iowa, which is just outside of Des Moines. And we will, there's quite a few investigators coming, so myself, and then Coyote Chris Sutton. We'll have Brandy Green from Ghost Hunters International, Chris Nielsen from Paranormatic, and then, of course, Southern Gypsies is going to come up and join us. So I get excited because it's called the Ferrera House. We got to go to the Ferrera. And I started
Ferrera. There's not going to be a box of those little chocolates there for you, though, unless, well, I mean, we could maybe make that happen. Did they even come out with those things anytime other than Christmas?
I don't know. I wish I'd roll around naked in them. Chocolate treats, yeah.
I just never cared for them, but anyways, we're straying way off course already. We haven't even gotten started good.
I think it's just the bouginess and the airiness of them. That's the Ferraras, right? The really expensive little balls.
Yeah, those really expensive gold-wrapped little ball thingies.
Yeah. I think it's just that premise, the golden balls and the expensiveness that I'm attracted to. It probably wouldn't taste as good as if you could get it at the Dollar Tree. Look who it is, man.
Look, they're at the dollar store. Well, now they don't taste good.
I know. If that happened, I probably would. I'd probably be like, this is crap. It's over. Yeah. Misty, it's Misty. She's just joined us.
Hello.
She's back. Hello, Miss Misty. How you doing?
Hello. Oh, my gosh. I'm ready, man. I'm excited.
We have talked about all sorts of crazy things already before we ever went on the air. So.
You on the air right now?
Yes.
We are live. We are alive.
Good you didn't talk shit about it.
I know. I'm like, this sons of bitches. No.
Zach Bacon's in his glasses before it started and things like that. Yeah. He's a lovely person. He just bought the mansion house.
He did that. I thought that was really.
How am I the last person to know this?
Dude, we had it on our show the other day. Like me and Ashley did.
Oh, I know now what you're talking.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Me and Ashley do like the paranormal party or whatever, and we haven't done it in forever. And we were like, you know what? We're gonna do it. We filmed this little commercial thing, and we went to St. Albans, which is near us, and we were like, okay, we're going to do this. And we had a show just the other day, and I was like, you know, Zach Bacon's bought the house that the murders would. You really?
I would have really liked that, too.
What kind of co-host are you?
You know what? I'm always surprised at you.
This is what I have to deal with, man. Lord.
Oh, whatever. You love her. You know it.
Yeah. And if for anybody with a nice price, I'd like to sell her. No.
Well, listen, our shows now are timed, and I can't deal with that pressure of timed. I get anxiety because if you go over 45 minutes, you get charged. And
no. Yeah, see, thank God I don't have any limitations like that, because I will lose complete track of time, and all of a sudden I look down, we've been on for an hour and a half, you know, we're pushing to, it's like, oh, goodness. Anyhow.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Like, she just kept...
It's like a bomb. There's a countdown.
Yeah, like one time she just gave up. She's going to say something. She looked at the timer. She just gave up. I was like, what the fuck? So what have you been up to, honey?
Oh, I have been traveling and getting out to some investigations and getting ready for expos and scheduling haunted events so I can bring in public to people. That's what we were talking about when you came in, was the Ferrara event. But then we got off on the little golden wrapped candies.
Oh, God, good. Those are good.
we spiraled from there. So.
Yeah, but that's a good get right there, man. That's the bougie candy.
We were talking about the price. If it came from the Dollar Tree, I probably wouldn't like it.
Do you know, have you ever had the white ones? They're not, they're...
No, I've never had the white balls.
White balls. Good, but the white ones, you never lived.
I had to go there before you guys did, because you would have. That's funny. They're good. I don't know what they're called, but they're sprinkled with coconut too. God darn it.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's in red. It is really
I'm going to take a picture to send it to you, honey. These are delightful.
Some white balls.
Yeah. Be ready for some white balls coming right at you.
Alrighty. You know, at least this time I'm asking for these pics, so... All right, gals. Before we stray too far off course, for anybody who doesn't know who you are, which they should, if you don't know these gals, shame on you.
No. Shame.
Right? Why didn't you tell us a little bit about your group, who you guys are?
Well, let's start with way back years ago.
Oh, goddamn, they don't even know when we were born.
But no, like years and years ago, what happened? Well, we can take this a long time ago. Listen, man, I'm building up the climax. Okay,
Climaxes are important. Don't take away your climax.
Thank you. I've been trying to preach that for years. Goddamn. Shit. Anyway, years and years ago, when we were just in the paranormal, me, Holly, and Ashley actually got together. Our paranormal groups did. We knew the three of us had a path. And then it was really weird how it happened. We actually did a documentary that we took to Scarefest at one, and then everything just kind of fizzled out after that. It was really weird. We loved each other. We just wasn't, you know how time will kind of pull you apart and things like that. It just, you love these people.
And I dated the guy and we broke up. I mean,
okay, I was trying to leave that out, Ashley. But you know what I'm saying. Like, things, you just move in different circles and stuff because, you know, either you're healing from things or things are just happening. So that's what happened. And then this lady came around and she said, you know what? She handpicked some of us and said, well, all of us, this group, and said, you know what, guys? each one of you have a gift. I think that you are natural at this. Let's just start developing these tools, pick your tools. And I remember it was so cool because the first time that we all got reunited, it was just like we had not even missed a day, that we loved each other and just kept going. So through many changes and many things, we ended up being, the Southern Gypsies. And it is me, Ashley, and Holly. And I'll tell what Holly's is, and then I'll tell mine, and then you can have Ashley. Holly is an intuitive healer, which some people are like, an intuitive healer, what's that different than Reiki? Well, me and Ashley have actually went to, I think it's the 3rd level Reiki, and it is different because she doesn't study anything. She is naturally...
Holly doesn't.
Holly does, yeah. It's in tune, and it's naturally ingrained in her. When she did it for me one time, which she doesn't do it very much for me, it was probably the second time, and it was more in depth than the first time. First time, it was just really quickly. She actually, I saw her spirit guide with her, and it was Native American, and it was the coolest shit. She had never seen them, but you know how she gravitates towards Native American things. And I said, Holly, this dude is with you. Like, he doesn't say a word. He's just right there beside her, and he guides her. The only other time that I've really seen a Native American is when Coyote was speaking, and he stood at the back of the room, like the spirit guide. So I was like, that's kind of crazy. But I actually encountered that when we went to Mike Rickersnicker's event.
We were trying desperately to remember how you guys said that during the Cedar Rapids Expo, and we couldn't say it the same way.
Yeah. That was really cool. But she is intuitive blood healer. She is also
that's more of the granny women type background.
Yes,
too,
right? Because she does. Yeah, she does. She's a granny, she's a granny woman
right there.
I know she don't got glitter. That's wood chips.
Yeah. Like hay and wood chips.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Appalachian part. But she also does oracle cards. So then my part. Oh yeah, she really has stepped that shit up. Past life, she has been trying that out. Things like that. People are really, really interested, and she does really, really good with them. She does a guided with them. It is really cool. So that's
by the way, this is something I wanted to share our show and I didn't get to. What is it? Meditation. Mm-hmm. There's a study that people who are more depressed have problems meditating. I have never been able to fully go under and do the whole past life because I do have depression and I have that in my past. Because when you go meditate, it's very hard for them, and it's negative thoughts that come through. So some people aren't able to do meditation. I always thought it was something wrong, so I just kept on trying harder, and I'd just be sitting there fucking crying. This is so
sad. Let me go on and tell you about Misty, all right? Hold on.
I have a GoFundMe account.
No, she doesn't. Okay.
Send me a quarter.
Okay, so Misty, that's me. I am part of the Connor Sisters and a tarot card reader. Also, I like to really like to bring in the zodiacs, the astronomy of it. Also, I am drawn more to, I guess, cunning folk and Appalachian magic that way. Those things. A lot of people like to throw hoodoo in it because it is a little bit because it mixed in Virginia. And, I also am really drawn to ruins because we're Celtic background, but also like that very, Viking nest. Like, if you ever meet me, I'm a robust woman. And I'm a handsome woman. Yes. So that's my path. Ashley, what's yours?
My path is... And also, we all three are our little coven, and we're witches as well. We all do mediums. And mediums. But I read tarot cards right now, but I like to venture in each individual area of being the psychic thing. I've always said I wanted to be a one-stop psychic shop, as in if you want palmistry, then we got you. If you want tea leaf, we got you. If you want coffee grounds, we got you. If we got all this stuff, I like to dive into different areas of that. So in the future, I am coming out with different gifts in that area. Like I was telling you earlier, I want to throw bones, and I like to try each one because I'm going to put a raccoon dick in there, and that is sexual desire. And lucky. Either you're getting lucky or you got a little luck on your side. But it's a lot of different. If it's psychic, I want to learn it, because once you're intuitively led, it's just pretty much learning how to draw a different way. So that's really what it is. I do very well at, I'm diving into recognizing people's spirit guides, or not spirit guides, but animal guides. That's something I wanted to go into too.
People don't understand when Ashley first started out, we were both studying the tarot together, which helped a lot. Because tarot is more than just oracles. You are intuitively led, and it's more of what the card speaks to you. Tarot is a very set structure. You know that, honey.
Right.
It is a very set structure, and these cards but you could still use your intuition. I'm not saying that. Yep, but it's more, you learn, you have to study these. It's a lot. I've had psychics who have said to me, and mediums who have said, look, that is too much shit for me to learn. I'm going to use my oracles because I can get to them directly.
Hell yeah, why do you think I...
Yeah, serious. And it's crazy because it does take a lot. Me and Ashley, like when we first came, like I told you, we were handpicked, all of us, and put into this group. She said, pick a tool. Because people don't realize when you say tool, that doesn't mean that's all you have. That's just how you're connecting at that moment. Everybody vibrates. Yeah, and everybody vibrates differently. And also the spirits may not want to convey through that, but they'll convey, like for me, the ruin stones. One day I was giving readings, and we were deciding to not use our normal tools. So I did ruin stones. I was able to connect with this lady probably better than I could have with the tarot because I was stepping outside of my comfort zone. So just whatever resonates with those spirits that you're trying to connect with, I think. Too.
That also with me, I like to do a lot of research before I take a product out and charge people to, because some people will just pick it up and be like, oh, yep, looked at it for a weekend. This is what we're going to charge people, and this is what we're going with.
And now I'm an expert. Yep.
So I don't like that, because I like to know each angle of that. So if someone comes at me and is like, hey, you're selling snake oil, this is bullshit, I could tell them the logical reason why it works, spiritual reason why it works, and what I understand from it.
Yeah, so
I ain't charging for any of that except for tarot card reading. And if you want to, go fund me, and if you want to be my friend, I'll charge you for that too, a subscription. Yeah.
Trust me, they're just biting at the bit to be a subscription.
They're asking for my phone number right now.
Well, I'm sure they might be. All right. So we've touched on this, and this, of course, is going to come up in chat. I mean, Shay put the question right in there, but tell us about bone throwing and what type of bones are used and why some are better than others.
All right. Bone throwing. It's bone throwing, curies, CURIOS, and shells. Now, I think it's whatever you specifically are drawn to. You can get like rabbit bones, elk bones. Hell, I don't know. You can put a tiger penis in there too. It's a whole bunch of shit. Like I said,
I don't think it's like. I'm just throw that in there.
Well, it was off a movie. They said that he wanted to have better sexual stuff or whatever, so he bought this really expensive tiger dick. And it's supposed to give them like. Anyways, all right. So, So what it is whatever you're more drawn to. It's more in hoodoo and things like that. And like I was saying earlier, like before we got on here, some of that shit is highly overpriced, and it looks like you swept underneath your couch and got all that shit out and started doing divination with it. See that dust bunny right there? It means you need to clean all the negativity out of your life. That's pretty much. Yeah, you got coins, rocks, like Barbie doll heads.
I did see that the other day. Some chick had, she had crazy Barbie doll heads in there. They were half shaved and stuff.
Yeah,
looked like off the rug.
All sorts of screwed up.
So it's whatever calls to you. Like we were saying before, I'm kind of worried I'll pay $50 and they'll send me, a bag of meat, and I'm gonna have to assemble that thing myself. I want it to be clean, not meat on it, and it's a lot of worries in that, because that's not something that's very tarot cards. You can go to a bookstore and be like, hey, give me some cards, and you're set. Here, it's like, that's a good looking.
It's intuitive. It's intuitively led, man.
If you see a piece of bird shit, you can get it real hard, and that's what you got to get.
I ain't going to get you through my bones.
Whatever. And I say that constantly. I'm getting a raccoon dick. Y'all need to understand the importance of a raccoon dick.
I saw one the other day.
People sell them all the time on Etsy.
Get it.
I am.
Get it.
So you got to tell the people why raccoon dick, why.
Every time talk to Kelly, it's always about a raccoon dick. She felt like
she needs one.
This was Shay's fault.
Maybe her spirit animal is a raccoon. Maybe that's what you're trying to get out, man.
My spirit animal's a cougar. You go right ahead with that one. I'm not even kidding. My spirit animal is a cougar.
I can't cut that. I can't cut a cougar's dick off. I can't. I would for you. We're going to have to settle for the raccoon dick. We're in Virginia, Appalachian America. No, I just think it's cool. I don't know of any other bone dicks. I take that too. This is my bag of bones of animal dick.
So you're saying that you were getting into spirit animals, and yet you want to do bone throwing, which is animal bones. So don't you? Are you worried that you're going to get all these mean animal spirits coming back? That's my bone. Quit throwing me around.
I didn't think about that aspect of it. I think that they think that certain bones will help you because that animal, its personalities, will show you what their future is in that animal. I mean, and I think about that too when they have cadaver heads around. And, you know, because I collect skulls, not people's skulls, but like skulls. I just love them. So I was at this one house and I randomly picked up this skull and I was like messing around with it, joking, like licking it and stuff. And they were like, "That's a cadaver head." I was like, "Oh shit! I bet they're pissed as a motherfucker right now." I mean, I'm sticking my tongue in its mouth and it was terrible. It made me feel bad.
Meanwhile, Misty is in there doing tarot cards for the masses. You're sticking your tongue. Like cadaver's head.
I'm getting right into that mediumship. I'm licking their skull, for God's sake. I didn't know. I feel bad. Mind you,
and what ability does that bring out, Ashley? I've never tried licking anybody to see if I connect with them better.
That's my new gift. I'm trying to, and I lick them all over. It don't work. I mean, they connect real well.
Oh my God, I may have to try that. Next time I'm reading for somebody and it's a little difficult, I'm just going to stand up and lick their forehead and see if it goes any better.
Like really hard.
I believe the forehead. She needs to lick that third eye. Lick that third eye.
Yeah, tell them it's trying to connect with theirs because you're, you know, with a panther or a cougar. They change colors, those, for whatever.
I think she was saying cougar as in cougar.
My spirit animal is a mountain lion, a cougar. Same difference.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, those are interchangeable too, though.
Yeah, it cracks me up though that my spirit guide's a cougar, or my animal spirit guide.
Cougar.
Yeah.
Misty.
You know.
We're sister cougars. We're sister cougars. We're cousin cougar.
Oh, good God.
No, I actually, to tell you the truth, I knew a lady who had a big cat as her animal. I didn't mean it as it is.
Telling my stuff on there, okay? Fun me.
No, what she had like.
Sure, I knew this lady had a big cat.
Ashley, you're horrible. No, like she had a puma. I think it was hers, and she saw it as a mountain lion. But this is the thing. We were doing a seance one time, and it was a snow leopard behind her. And I said, "I don't know what the hell you got." And sometimes we saw it as black too. Yeah. And the thing of it is I did a little research because I was like, no, this is with you. And it does say when you have a larger cat like that, like yours, like a cougar or a mountain lion, it can change. And the snow leopard, was actually for her intuitive part because she was using it during that time of the seance and stuff. So that was really, really cool. So don't be surprised if people see other animal, like larger cats around you.
Yeah, and they look at your cat and they're like, "That cat don't look like your other cat." Yeah.
Your cat doesn't look like the rest I've seen.
Yeah. That's a peculiar cat you got there.
Oh my gosh. All right, I got to throw some serious questions in here somewhere, I'm sure.
Yes.
So how did you guys come up with the name Southern Gypsies? Where did that come from?
I love that you asked this because a lot of people are like, "Oh my goodness." Okay,
y'all are so not Southern. Did you? Y'all are from up north. That's what they say.
No, they do not.
No,
First of all, they never say that. But we were really trying to decide. All of us were really trying to decide, and people think, "Oh, you must have got it from here or there." We didn't. The original group that we were with, that handpicked us and stuff, we would call each other Gypsies inside of this. It's called something else, and we would call ourselves the Gypsies. And we were traveling. I mean, we get to travel to see you this weekend, and so we travel a lot. So Gypsy was just, we called ourselves that. I mean, we just didn't call ourselves that to the public. And we would just talk about it, and that's just what we knew to be. And we were like, okay, well, what are we? Other than Gypsies. And the only thing, I mean, we were just like, we don't know. We're from the South and we're Gypsies, and boom, there it came. Because to us, we are just Southern as it could be. I mean, if you've ever seen, Holly lives in the asshole of Virginia. I mean,
she's a different type of Southern.
She is.
And she's a different, it's like different flavors of Southern.
It is, man. We actually are from Salem. And people are like, oh, you're from Salem? We're like, not the cool one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we make that.
I mean, we do magic, but they do magic.
Yeah. So it's me and Ashley from Salem, and then Holly's them from Pound. I mean, she's from.
Oh, I gotta tell you, okay, Southerners. Like where my family's from, it's Gretna, so they have this twang. It's up in your nose, right?
Yeah.
And Holly we were at this place hanging out with some friends, and we were a little bit toasted on we got a little bit.
We got the spirit.
We got the spirit in us. Not spiritually, but we were feeling good. But we were over there and we were talking. And she said, "Is he making fun of me?" And he was just as Southern as her, and she got angry. I was like, "He's making fun of you from Gretna. That's his twang, and your twang."
He's from Bent Mountain. Yeah, our people's from Bent Mountain, so we understand the twang, and we understand Holly's twang. Yeah, there's different dialects of Southern. I don't know if anybody.
A sweet tree, sexy.
Oh God of mercy. Anyway, so.
No, and then you have the Tennessee twang. Those are sexy.
Yeah, Tennessee twang's fucking sexy. And that's to us as Southerners. We're like, God damn, woo, baby. Yeah. Then we really enjoy their twang, but everybody has a different twang. Holly has a twang that we recognize.
Don't know do that.
Yeah, that's how she does. So it's kind of crazy because she thought that dude who was Southern as her was making fun of her. We had to calm that down right there. We had to be like, listen, y'all hicks, come on now.
You're both just as hicky as the other. It's all good.
She thought he was making fun of her. That's so funny. I mean, but he was just Southern as hell. It was like a male Holly talking. Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, that had to have been a hoot. Two of them together. Man. Okay, so let's see. There's been so many questions in the chat.
Oh, Lord.
Totally distracted.
Really go fund me, okay? No, she does not.
What's been the craziest investigation you've ever been on?
Oh, God. Well,
are you reliving it?
I think it was Demon Holler, man, but I don't think.
Demon Holler. I so didn't see that coming.
I think you did. I was like, who?
Wait, okay, are you talking scary-wise or like wow?
I think it's Demon Holler is wow.
Share one of each. Yeah.
Okay. We'll do wow because this is where we got to meet you, lovely, was in the Manila schoolhouse, right? Down Holler.
Down Holler and across
Demon Holler.
And it was so awesome. The people we got to meet there was awesome. The situation was a little peculiar. And it was a little different. Yeah, and it was just different. Let's just put it out there. It was different. Ashley slept all night. I mean, she didn't sleep.
I don't know who's listening, but that one has to be our most, wow. There's a lot of stories there. It's just like, wow.
I tell you what, anybody who's involved in that situation.
We've been in some weird-ass shit before.
Yeah, we have been.
But it's like we were stuck. I felt like we were part of Supernatural. One of the
we do, yeah. So we actually, that I think bonded everybody in that situation though. Like everybody who was around there, like we're blessed to have you in our life, a couple other people, and when you survive Demon Holler, it changes a person. It was. It was just really cool. It was.
You just came out completely different, didn't you?
Yo, go. A Demon Holler will get you, y'all. I'm just like. Okay, so Ashley, what do you think was our scariest? I don't think we've ever been.
How I work mediumship wise, sometimes it does get a little scary because I, especially at mental institutions, there's one that I know they like fucking with me, like because they run a haunted house there, so it's kind of like they run a haunted house on me when I go through, and I'm like, ah, Jesus. Sometimes when I go through that, sometimes spirits are more aggressive and they'll get closer and in your face kind of thing, and that kind of freaks me out. I'm trying to think of the scary.
Well, we went to Brushy Mountain as a group. It wasn't scary per se. It was very, very telling. Like, we didn't realize. That's the first time we realized, and you got to understand, we've been investigators and we've read houses and situations and stuff like that, but we were put into Brushy Mountain, which is a notorious prison, and just the guides didn't tell us nothing. Nobody told us nothing.
That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
We have not researched Ferrera at all.
Yeah, so we're excited. Holy crap, we're so excited. And when we went around, that was the most aha moment. All three of us were literally like, holy shit. This is crazy, because as soon as we could say it, not knowing anything about these locations, then all of a sudden they were verifying it, and they were right there to verify, and they were like, how did you know about this? And then some things that weren't even released about this prison, we were getting told, because what people don't understand is when spirits want to talk, they want to tell shit.
And it's kind of hard too with us being around each other, because it's like we have what is that one disorder where you just yell things out?
Tourette's.
They have psychic Tourette's, and then sometimes you get imprinted by the spirits, like thoughts so much it gets compulsive, and it's just like over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You can't say it.
Yeah, I can't, like, sometimes if I talk in circles about certain things, it's because I'm trying to get it out, and it's horrible, and I will just continue until somebody claims it, until it goes where it needs to go, and then I can release that.
It's like a mosquito bite you can't find.
Yeah, it's really crazy. But that's the time that we were like, we knew but this was crazy.
That was before we realized we had gifts.
Yeah.
And that one was probably the scariest for me, because I saw Misty get imprinted and I couldn't do anything about it. And
we didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
That's when I first realized there was something, because I was able to foretell what was happening, but it was like I was hearing it for the first time as I was saying it. And
now, like when we were at Manila Schoolhouse, I will tell you this, I got very sick and had to leave the property for a little bit. And I was embarrassed of that, because
I was out seeing sights, man, driving you through.
She was, and I was passed out in the car. She would lean over me and take pictures. I was like, I'm going to kill you. But she was just like, that, I think, because that is a different energy shuffle there. There is ley lines, and I never came across that before. Plus, what people don't understand is if you're a practitioner of magic, this is straight out, and then you have ladies who come in who are mediums or more intuitive to magic, they can feel that residue. And that, you know this, honey, and we can say, look, this is here. This has been here. We know somebody's doing this shit. And most of the time, there's always going to be that one person going, I didn't know none of this was going on. And we're going to be like, yes, because we could feel it and we could see it. Sometimes because people don't understand with magic, there's helpers that run it and spirits that help run these things. This magic, as you put it out there, you'll see the residue, or sometimes they hang around because they're soaking it up. That's an energy source for them.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one of the things you just said made me think, because I know, like, when I go out on investigations, I'll go out with my friends and I'll go out with people that I care about. But that's got to be a unique experience to be having some of these encounters and these experiences with your true sister. Does it ever get in the way and or enhance what you guys are experiencing?
Yes and no. Me and Misty have always been really connected. Before we thought we had gifts or anything like that, we always said, nah, we ain't got nothing, because that's how we were raised in the South. You wait for the, reason why. I was very scientific. We went to Waverly, and Misty, we tell the story a lot, that I was with the group because I used to be the note taker. I would write everything down, everything they said, so that I would have the noose. The noose.
Noose.
The noose. To hang myself with.
I can see that too.
Go fund me. That I'm playing. I know I shouldn't play about that, but it was a slip of words. But anyways, so she actually saw a doppelganger of the back of me walking down a hallway by myself And she followed it, and then she was like, wait a minute. And it wasn't me. I was up with the group taking notes. And she had got separated with somebody else. So that does happen. Me and Misty get feelings of each other. Honestly, on the psychic area, like I used to be able to, she would be off somewhere else, and I'd be like, I know you're doing this right now. And then if I was on a paper route, this was before we knew we had anything, and I got really upset. It was like I sent out what is that word? Distress call, and Misty would call me right then to talk to me because I would just be so upset. She would know where to find me when I broke down and things like that. So we are connected like that.
You and Holly are empathic more than I am.
Yeah, we're a lot more empathic. So that is good and bad for empaths because narcissistic people, you want to correct your mind over your heart and over your intuition because you're like, not everybody's bad. No, that's not what's really going to happen. So when it happens, for me, it's a release. And I'm like, I knew it. But then I'll kind of get my feelings hurt because I realized it. Misty and Holly are more psychically in tune to each other. Yeah. So they pick up on the same things. I pick up on other things completely different. So it's weird. It's like interchangeable.
It is weird because Holly is like, I link up with Holly a lot. Used to link up with her like definitely during moon cycles and like things. And I could feel when she had somebody that would come closer to her, stuff like that, you know. On investigations, Holly does when it is a negative entity, or I don't want to say a negative. Let's just not say that because certain people, when I say that, they get all crazy. A stronger entity, one that, you know, you can feel very strongly, and may not have the purest of intentions for you. Let's just put it that way. She will automatically feel those because she deals with energy being an intuitive healer. Me and Ashley are readers. So what we do is we pull that into us. That's why I'll be the first to tell you I was horrible at Reiki. It would make me sick because I was trying to read. And as a reader, you're pulling that energy into you. You're pulling it. You're trying to read it as much as you can. Well, as you're doing that and you're trying to do Reiki, you're not pushing it out like you should. Right. And then you're taking on everybody's shit is what you're doing. And it's horrible for a reader until you can learn. Like if you can learn how to do that, then that's great. Like you're doing something better than I can because I can't let that reader part go. Holly is always pushing out, so she shields and she can tell these energies. I, on the other hand, I'm trying to soak up everything. That's why I get sick sometimes. And then I'm just like, because I'm trying to read that so much. But me and Holly link up as in definitely psychic things, definitely on more of the path of mediumship too. I don't know if we're able to connect.
I'm less so mediumship than Misty and Holly. If people come to me wanting mediumship, I'll be like, Misty. Misty's better at that than me. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't recognize people with people, if that makes sense. I can't, unless it's a rare case and the spirit comes to me alone. It's like I can't outsee the person physically in front of me. That's something I've always had, though. When I was little, I was scared of the dark. Constantly freaked out about the dark. I always thought there was snakes in my walls. So when they tore down my wall, there was really a snake in the wall, but it was dead for a long time. But it was horrible. That'll mess you up. But I can.
That is where it all started.
Yeah, that snake he was whispering to me like fucking Harry Potter. No, like I could not sleep with the lights off. It's because when the lights are on, I could physically see something there. So I can consciously take that out of my mind. When I read houses or when I read places, I like it to be dark for when I'm doing mediumship so that I can see things, very low light. So that's really something that I do.
Yeah, she does a little different. Mine, the only way I can describe mine is Holly, I don't know really, she would have to be the one to tell you how she feels these things. But I think it's her energy because she can feel these energy patches and things like that. She just feels the energy different. Whenever you sit down with me or I get ready to go into mine, I do like a little prayer and I ask God and my guides and things like that to link up with your guides. Because not a lot of people understand that there's guides all around them all the time. You're giving guides once, yes. When you're little, I mean, you're giving them as you go through different parts of your life. And if it makes people feel better, because I always go back to the Bible because we're in the Bible Belt. So to tell people things or teach them things, I always have to have references. And it says that God gives you guardian angels. This is, if thinking of them as angels makes it feel better to some people, then that's fine. These are guides. So what this does is, I try to link up with them. I try to let my guides link up with them, but that took me a minute you got to figure out who the hell your guides are first to be able to do that.
Yep.
And that does, and the only way that was ever given to me is he came to me in a dream. And then afterwards, somebody thought I was possessed, which was really weird. And I wasn't. I know that sounds weird as hell. We were at Scarefest and I was doing a reading. We were doing the gallery reading. And this lady saw my aura, what she thought was my aura. That's
That's a Harry Potter thing too, honey.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's the country version. Up there in the forest, they're auras. We're down here, we're auras. You got your auras.
I love these guys.
So she thought it was this orange outline, like a burnt orange. But then as I'm telling the story and I'm really connecting with this lady, it was about flowers on this grave and things like that. I mean, it was really cool because we were doing gallery reading. I moved, and this shadow thing was still behind me, the burnt orange, and then it moved into me. So she starts asking questions like, how you know if a person has a spirit attached to them, and all these weird questions. And I'm like, well, not weird questions, but more in-depth questions. So I start talking to her. She comes back to my table, and she's like, I was asking those questions for you because I saw this thing move into you. It was a larger man that moved behind me. And I said, it's okay, honey. I know who he is. You know,
right.
That's my spirit guide. But to her, she didn't understand. And all she could see was, this other spirit move into me, which is really cool, though, on my aspect of it, because the color she described was the color of hair he had. So it was really cool. And if anybody knows anything about me, they know that I'm not a fan of redheads because they run in my family really strong. I'm saying that because Ashley's a redhead.
Well, then.
Not.
Horrible.
I know. But it was really cool. And if anybody, he showed himself to me in a dream one time. Never said one thing. I find that spirit guides.
Not exposing.
No.
Yeah.
I find that spirit guides don't talk. I don't see them openly talking. That's the weird thing. They communicate very strongly, but they don't openly just like when I saw Holly's or I saw mine. He just didn't say anything, but he communicated with me. It was really weird as shit, and most time they're just standing there.
Me and Misty has discovered one of mine, and it's a different spirit guide, but we've discovered that one. That one talks, and occasionally they do talk to me, but when I'm at work, because I shut that down, because where I'm at work, they don't understand it, but they're questioning about it. So
I get that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't see spirits with them, and occasionally they'll be like, who do you see with me? And I'll be like, nobody. But when I'm in my rooms, where I used to have a room where I was by myself, there's somebody riding the top of a goddamn Jeep around a parking lot.
That's hot. That's a good damn time.
Not when you get road rash and they go into brakes. On top of the
awesome.
luggage compartment.
Yeah,
they're hanging on.
She's skiing,
top.
Man.
Anyways,
that's nice.
So when I'm at work,
I'm telling you, man.
Anyway, so when I'm at work, I used to run 3 or 4 rooms by myself. I would be in a manufacturing building, and I'd be by myself. People would rarely come back there, and I would see people walking through, and they would try to talk to me, and they would mess with my stuff and things like that. And I'd hear them talking off in the distance. They would never come to me to talk to give me messages except for once. And come to find out, I didn't talk to a whole lot of people about it because I was like, am I losing my shit? Why am I getting all these people? Come to find out, there's been a lot of people from that plant that's committed suicide, and they kind of
wow.
So I was like, oh, it makes sense, because I was freaking out because I was like, nobody's died here. Why am I getting this? I thought it was a fluke. Maybe it was like somebody that was with people out on the floor, but it was really different. They show me flashes of visions, and I get movies and songs. It's not that often that they talk to me. They do, but that one is different when it talks.
Mine talks to me entirely too much. She's like that little background commentary that you really wish wasn't there sometimes. It's like, I know. Yes, I know.
Yes.
I love her. I love you. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. Somebody who is not sensitive. I'm not saying that bad. I'm not saying not sensitive. I just don't believe that they've tapped in yet or become awakened. They don't understand if you don't, like what you just did right there. I appreciate you, blah, blah. It's because that's what we got to, if we stop appreciating them, then they will stop talking. And that's what people don't understand.
You should see the faces when I tell people that my spirit guide is a bitch. Because, I mean, I say it all the time. I'm like, but she's kind of a snarky bitch. And people look at me like, oh, you know, and I'm like, but she is. And we talk to each other. I mean, she'll tell me I'm being a bitch all the time. She's like, Kelly, you're being a bitch. I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of was, you know? So it's a term of endearment with us. It's who she is. Well, it's who she has to be. Can you imagine trying to deal with me and being passive? That wouldn't work.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think that we're all given. That's the thing. She's your spirit guide. That's how you.
Absolutely.
That's how they convey with you. That's how you're conveying with them. That's how it works with you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
yours is more like Celtic, more ground type thing.
He's a man. He's a brr. It's funny. He is like when I've seen him. I really.
Where's that big guy? I think is attractive off Game of Thrones. That's what I envision yours to be.
No, mine's a little.
I want baby, big baby.
Yeah,
short.
He is shorter. He's not as tall as I thought he'd be. I was serious. I was like, God darn it. He's a little bit taller than me. I thought he was taller than that. And he's a thicker.
I want
babies.
Big babies. That's what I think he looks like.
Yeah, so that's what, like, he does, and we were in the hull of a ship, so that's where I know that I'm Celtic, and that's really weird, because when I did that reading with the ruins, which is through that line, you know, I was able to get the best shit, like shit I shouldn't have even known.
The dad off Brave.
That is what he looks like, the dad off Brave. Yeah. But it's just, he's shorter. God bless him.
Mine is more negative. Mine's more negative. It tells me when we're in trouble. People are doing me wrong. They ream my ass. I'm like, this is gonna happen, y'all. This is gonna happen. They're like, no, it's not, Ashley. No, it's not. And then it does, and they're like, well, fuck Ashley over there. I'm like Henny Penny, because I have a few of them. One, I do know that my grandmother stays around me a lot, but I have a few different guides, and one of them is he comes forward when things are going to go wrong or when something's happening, and it will be anxiety to the max. I think that's what may give me more depression, anxiety too, because when I know something's going wrong, I will be out and there will be nothing wrong at all, and I'll be in a sunny place, the perfect place ever, and then it'll be a feeling, and I'll just get an idea of who it is, and I won't stop till I understand why. And it becomes very compulsive, and I'm like, I got to figure out this. I got to figure this out. I'll be on Facebook trying to stalk them, doing stuff like that till I find it. Then I'm like, oh. And it really will be something off, and it'll be something bad, but it's like an annoying, I got to figure it out.
Yeah, see, it goes through this. Ashley's this is some shit. This is shit's going to happen. And then me and Holly are like, no, man, it ain't going to work like that. Then Holly's like, second is Holly. Holly's like, well, I feel this too, Ashley. And then they're both on the same boat. And I'm like, come on, guys, let's not think like that. And then when it gets down to me that I'm negative, that I'm like, God, we're on the bottom of the ocean in the Titanic by that time. I try to push out all negativity. But I will tell you, and Kelly, I'm pretty sure you can verify with this. As a guy, somebody who advises people, they always ask you. They'll ask you questions like, well, didn't you see this coming? Didn't you know this was going to happen?
I hate that question.
Oh. And this is the problem that bothers me.
And your heart tries to overcome your intuition.
We actually, if you ever, like, when we were at the Mike Reckers event, we actually were sitting outside and we were like, we are blocked. We are all three sitting here and we were like, we are blocked. I know there's something that's blocking us, blah, blah, blah. And it was never that. We were getting numerous messages. Our spirit guides were working overtime, but we didn't want to 100% believe what they were saying.
See, and yeah, it kind of goes back and forth on that. I mean, for the most part, I feel like they don't give me information about my own life, but in a way that makes sense. Because even when I'm doing readings for other people, we'll get to a certain point where they're asking me, they're like, but I want to know yes or no. And they'll tell me, we're not going to answer them. they need to figure that out on their own. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of it with us too, is they can't tell us every move to make or everything that's going to happen to us, because then what do we learn? You know?
That's true.
So I think that's a big part of it. But then the times that they do try to tell me something, I only listen about half the time anyway. So if I was her, I'd give up that also.
Yeah.
She doesn't listen to me anyways.
I always tell people the cards are going to tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. And you're like one of those adventure books back in the day where it'd be like, oh, okay, you make this choice, you turn to page 12. All right, you turn to page 12. You make this choice, you turn to page 10. And then you keep on going backwards and forwards. In the end, you're going to get the fate you're supposed to choose, but you might have a lot of discrepancies throughout there because of your choices. That's what I always tell people. The saddest, sweetest thing that I always say is I will get, like when I date, I will get feelings and I will know something's going to happen. But I'm always like, I really hope you're the one to prove me wrong. And that, because, you know, you get the bad feelings and you're like, I know this isn't going to happen. He says this, but I'm hoping it's going to be this other way. I'm hoping it's going to be that. I end up to be right, but I always hope for somebody to prove me wrong. And that's what I always say when they're like, well, didn't you see that shit coming? You're a psychic. And why don't you win the lottery? I'm like, I always say stuff like that. I'm like, God, I got to cover my ass in this now.
Cover my ass. Yes, that's horrible. God, no. But you know what I'm saying? That she's right, though. We want these people. And this is the worst part, is sitting there with somebody you love, looking straight at them, and being an intuitive, and knowing what they're saying is bullshit, but there's an other side of it. And you just having to sit there. Because if you tell them, they're going to deny it. And if you tell them what's going on and you know what's going on, they're going to find some way to get out of it. So I find the easiest way for me is just to let them lie. Let them sit there, you know.
Like I said, before I went through and we actually realized we had gifts, I wanted to be put in a insane asylum because I was in an abusive relationship. And I had to be put on antidepressants and anxiety meds because I was like, I know this is happening. I know this. And there was no way to prove it. So I was just like, I must be crazy. So that's what happened, man. It was all true, and I hate him still to this day. But still.
but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah.
Here's one of these. I still hate you.
But that's the way it is with and that people think that just because you are a intuitive that this is the thing I want to tell a lot of people. You may think you're getting it over on us, but you're not getting shit over on us. We're just giving.
Gotta act like idiots.
Yeah, we're giving you the ability to play out your script that you need to, and that's sad to say, but we've had to do that a lot. And
sometimes I hope at the last minute, like if they were a killer, the last minute of pulling that trigger, you think differently and you change the way I think you're doing.
Yeah,
that's the way I
right. Yeah, it doesn't work that way though, but. I think probably the hardest part I have with it is people, I don't know, people assume that I'm like really judgmental about people when I meet them right off the bat. Mm-hmm. But it's not that I'm judging them for anything outwardly. I'm judging them based off their energy, and I can't help it.
Oh my God.
I cannot help that. If you walk up to me and your energy makes me feel like I need a shower, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Oh my God. I wish that more people understood that. I mean, when you are an energy reader, or you are a reader, or you work with energy, it is like that. And you can never explain that to people. Yeah. They don't understand that shit until you are like, they're in our places. And plus you got to understand, you've got guides and we've got guides. And if they feel that bad shit, they'll keep us away. They really will.
Or sometimes it's just like some people like pineapple on their pizza, some people don't. Maybe you just don't jive with their energy. It's not.
Yeah, it's just my energy doesn't mix with theirs. But on the other side of it too, I mean, you guys meet those people and it's like, oh my God, I just love you, and you want to just follow them around like a hemorrhoid on their ass and just hang out with them all the time. And and then you get this like creepy stalker feeling, and you're like, they don't understand why I like you so much. I should probably back off a little bit.
I always think they're going to be my friend.
I've done that before.
I know, you're crazy ass.
I do. I have. They're just man, and we love them dearly to this day, and I tell this story every time we're together.
You know, he does look really Viking-esque.
He does. Maybe, I don't know what it was, but it was years ago. He owns a haunt in Withville near us, and it's the Helheim. He's a partner in there. And years ago, when me and Ashley
It was the saddest little thing I ever saw.
I tell you what, though, he's my goddamn friend right now. And he was sitting on the back of the truck, just outside this barn, because it was a big,
sunflowers.
It was something. And I went over.
They were talking shit because they needed to make a sunflower field or something. They were like, here's some seeds, buddy.
And he was sitting out there, and I just went over to him, and I said, listen, you're gonna be my friend. And I sat right beside him.
Beard and long hair. I think he was drinking a beer, eating sunflower seeds, and he didn't even look up. He's like, uh-huh.
That's it. He's got the beautifulest wife. I just love him dearly. And today, even if he calls, and I'll be like, all right, we're coming. It doesn't matter. We all love him. He has that genuine soul that when you feel the energy of people. Some people will say, well, why do you, not Carter, because we love him, but they'll say, why are you hanging around this person and stuff, or this and that and other? It has nothing to do with what people think. It's how you connect with them. And if you could feel that good soul in there, that's it. You know?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. There's a ridiculous amount of truth to that. And yeah, it's kind of creepy. And I know what I'm doing, because it's like, ooh, your energy's fun. I like you, but then I always wonder at what point it's going to hit the restraining order. Like, they don't understand. They don't get it. And, so one of these days I'm going to be served papers, I'm pretty sure, but quite all right.
I understand. We understand. I understand you.
I mean, stalk each other.
Hey, listen, next time you get the itch and they ain't respond, just stalk me and I'll stalk you, honey, and it'll be all right.
There you go. There you go.
No, but that's why. It's because, and they're kindred spirits. People don't understand that shit either. We've been born over and over, guys, and we're trying to learn these lessons to get to that end goal. And sometimes when we feel these people, we know we have lived with them in another life, another time.
Absolutely.
They just don't know it yet. That's the way I look at it. They don't know it yet. We got to show it to them.
Well, that's not normally how you should start a conversation. Say, hey, I know you. I know you don't remember me because it wasn't this lifetime, but we were friends, so just believe me.
That worked on me, honey.
Oh, yeah.
I can think of something with me because I'm an empath, I'm more empathic. It gets to, before I could understand it, it got really bad to the point of, especially when I was on my antidepressants, because sometimes they do put meds into psychics to get them to respond differently, to try to see if it picks up their intuition. I was on more medications or whatever, and I would go on dates, and it would be like the runaway bride. I'd forget who I was, and I would start taking on their characteristics to the point of, one time I sobered up, not because I was on bad drugs, like medications. I sobered up in the act of something, and I was like, I am not going to be smoking a pipe my whole life, watching Harry Potter in slow motion to pick out real imperfections. Fuck this, I'm leaving. And after that, I no longer did antidepressants. And I realized that all you empaths out there, if you have a difficulty dating and you take on characteristics, it's just, you look over and then they got the same goddamn clothes on as you, and you're like, oh,
she went and bought a smoking sweater, y'all. I
do love sweaters. I'm not going to deny that. But I was just like, oh my God.
It was
like
rough.
You just wake up one day and you realize, what the fuck am I wearing and look like? And you just realize.
She mannerisms. Like, she'll start talking like them and stuff. And I'm like,
start ordering different food like that. Like, it's not like I'm trying to wear their skin, but it's kind of like, and I don't realize it, and I get along with a lot of people really quickly, and I have to get away from them and realize this is not you.
My energy,
for me to shake that energy off, because the empathic, you take on everybody else's feelings. It fucking sucks.
It does, man. When she's up there smoking sweater,
smoking a goddamn pipe. I don't even smoke. Smoking a pipe, watching fucking, what is it? No.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings in slow motion with his parents.
It's the slow motion part that keeps getting me. I'm watching it in slow motion.
Yeah, to see that the boulder was not heavy enough, and you could see behind the boulder to see it was fake. That's what the fuck I was doing. That is not life.
That was a hot date for Ashley. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever picked up anybody's energy quite that strong.
God, yeah.
It was so disgusting. He didn't shower that often, or he was working that day, and he lifted his arms up.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh, God, that smells so good. It smells like Whopper. I was happy about his armpit.
Ew!
It was.
I'm serious. I get
What the hell is wrong with you?
It's just best I don't date.
I think so too. I think we decided that right now. Right now. Listen to this show. Listen back. You'll decide too if you listen.
Doctor, something like that.
Sure.
Like comedians, I start being more funnier. I start doing crazy. It's terrible. It's like The Runaway Bride. And at the end, you just got to realize, holy shit, this isn't even me. And I put it away. Yeah.
She starts dating and taking on their characteristics. We're going to have to lock her in a room to detox her.
Exactly.
serious,
No,
yeah.
Yes. We have to. Yes.
Sometimes I just run away before it happens. I'm like, this is a failure, and I'll just get the hell out. Oh, my God, yeah. I always pick up their jobs afterwards, too. Like, one was a welder. I started welding.
Mm-hmm.
One was studying to be a machinist. I'm a machinist now. It's like I get like a burp or like a fart of what they were, but it helps me grow. I mean, it helps me growing-wise, but God.
Yeah.
Ashley, the walking burp.
Yeah. Pretty much so. Yep.
Ew. Ew. Oh my gosh. So what do you do to, like, not just to protect yourself from that sort of things, but like if you're going to go on an investigation or when you're doing readings or when you're picking up your crazy, smelly, obnoxious boyfriends, how do you protect yourself? What do you use for protection?
Well, first of all, for her protection, she's nasty, so I'll let you answer that in a minute.
It's hard when you date people because you're trying to feel their energy to figure out who they are, and then you're absorbing their energy, and then if you mess around sexually, it's very hard. And obviously, I haven't figured that out yet. But still,
but it's hard.
It happens to other people too.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Anyway, if she gets really friends, or if she becomes friends with somebody, it
Yeah.
gets like that with her. And at certain times, she becomes a bitch. Then I make her get out of the car and walk. I'm like, oh, you need a walk or something to walk.
Oh.
Like, no, I've never thrown her out and walked home.
yeah.
But, like, she'll walk at nighttime. She used to walk all the time.
Right.
Like, this person was very encompassing around me. Very big personality. That was the first time I actually ever connected on that. I have the empathic part too, but I try to keep it at bay. But I used to walk at nighttime, things like that, to try to get out. But the best part,
She didn't sleep.
I didn't.
Yeah, go to him constantly, and it drove me crazy because I was trying to keep up with her and stuff like that. But
I got down to the smallest I ever was, and I was like looking good. That happened 2 years ago.
Good being an empath.
Yeah.
If you pick up good qualities in them.
But you also pick up the shit.
Yeah. Holly, she's really good with that. She does a lot of grounding. She does a lot of drowning. Grounding, we do grounding. Black
like recently,
obsidian.
Black obsidian, things like that.
Different stones.
Recently, if you ever see us really, really, that we need to just get everything off of us, you'll see us go to the woods. Like recently, we did some pictures and stuff in the woods, and we do that because people don't understand earthing is what you call it, and that's when you push out through your feet, and then you like get into the woods and stuff like that. That really, really is very grounding, and you just give all of that negativity, all of that energy over to the woods, just the space out there, and it's so awesome. And I suggest anybody do it if you are overcome by a lot, especially if you live in the city, or if you don't live in the city. Get to the woods, get to some part that you can walk around, just push that energy out with every footstep.
Working out too, that's helpful.
Yeah. But
Unless you get stuck into somebody that works out a lot. Getting closer.
Some of the things that you could do beforehand, though, is before you get ready to do an investigation or you get ready to read somebody or something like that, ground yourself. Sit there. I push out from my stomach, and I realized how to do that. Actually, my body started doing it because I would be overwhelmed with anxiety and stress from certain things and situations and people. I was taking on a lot. And what I just did one time was I took a deep breath and I pushed out through my stomach. And when you push out through those solar plexus, That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
I wonder I can never do it like that.
You can't do it like that, man. Farting is it's not the same. You're releasing, but it ain't the same, man. It ain't the same.
At least she's pushing it out her belly and not her butt. I mean, you know.
Trying to get it out. I thought it was
not
those feelings.
You thought it was a demon in you, didn't you? Okay. So you push out through your stomach, and what that does is actually builds a shield. I didn't know that until I listened to
I do that too.
No,
It does.
that is a gas.
You should fart.
That
is.
So I pushed out, and then when I listened to Holly, she was like ground protect shield, and one of those things was you pushed out through your solar plexus. I did not know that because that was the time that we weren't around each other, as much and stuff. So I had no idea. I was just my body was trying to save itself from anxiety. So you push out. Also, you make sure that you take everything and put it back into the earth. You can do it at any time. Take a couple minutes and just ground yourself.
All right. 3 other things I don't like. There's sage, paleonto, whatever. That's one way to get the energy off of you. I don't like that because it smells like weed, and I don't like the smell, and it gets in my eyes, and I'm cheap, and I'll buy a lot of contacts. So I don't do that. That's horrible. Also, Epsom salt or salt bath.
Yes.
That was another one. Oh, you don't have to push it through your stomach if you're like me, and you might have irritable bowels and you don't want to fart. Oh my God! You can just imagine a white light around you or some sort of bubble.
There's going to be a bubble of something around you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Salt.
I tell you what. Another cool thing is I just read this because I think learning is the key. You just continuously learn about things. But I always thought that you had to have an herbal bath where that you put your lavender, whatever. Okay, but if you don't have a bath, take a pantyhose, put it over your shower head.
Over your head and go rob a bank.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I put it over somebody else's house and use their bath.
No, you put it over your shower head. You can put your herbs in there, and then it comes down on you. Yeah.
Could you
dirty
imagine
bastard.
That? Somebody breaking in your house and wearing pantyhose on their head, naked in your bathtub, and
I'm detoxing here. Leave me alone.
Exactly.
But you wear the mask so they don't. This one time.
Oh Lord. Okay.
We were with some witches, right? And witches just like getting naked in the woods. That's just like our thing, or around a campfire. I was so stupid, but I had a plan. Like, that's something witches do or whatever. For some reason, we just like getting naked. But
that's freeing, man. It's liberating.
Sometimes I don't like seeing them naked, but they love getting naked and snuggling, and it's not even a gay thing. I'm just like, please, y'all, get off me. I said this one time, I was like, because we were with a whole bunch of people, and we were talking about getting naked in the woods somewhere and having a bonfire. I was like, yeah, man, and if you had body issues, you could wear a mask. And then they were like, what the fuck? And they were like, yeah, we won't know it's you under that mask. I was like, no. And then if one of us got too drunk and ran away, then they'd just be naked in the woods in a mask.
How do you explain that when you finally wander out onto a road and the cars are driving by?
You'd probably be wearing a bear mask.
Yeah.
And she'd probably fall down in the woods somewhere.
It'd be bad, man. I look like a Sasquatch. Like a Sasquatch, yeah.
I was thinking proactively, like, it wouldn't be as bad, but everybody knew everybody already. And like you couldn't guess who's who sitting around the fire. Really, yeah.
Sometimes she's real smart.
I was I'm pretty sure that's probably how, gangbangs or something happen. I don't know. I don't want to
join in.
I just wanted to sit around naked. I don't want nobody to touch me. I just want to sit there. Be like, quit! Don't touch me.
Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Yeah, there you go. No.
Oh, there's so many things running through my mind right now.
It's probably like some Satanist cult type thing. I want that away. I was body positive.
Listen, I will tell you this. Ashley is the prude of all of us. You wouldn't think it, but every time, I want everybody to think of this. When me, Ashley, and Holly go into a hotel room, me and Ashley will... Sorry, there is a biker gang that's going by. moment to appreciate these biker games. But anyway, when we go to a hotel room, me and Holly automatically get naked. And then Ashley's like, don't put your titties on me
I'm like
and
a
stuff.
cowboy. These pants don't come off unless you're fucking or sucking, and y'all ain't doing either. Cowboys will take their hats or boots off for 2 things. That's my pants, man.
Oh, man. Automatically. So we mess with Ashley. We'll get in a bed, and she'll get in the middle, and we'll I'll put my bare ass on her, or Holly put her titties on her, and Ashley just loves it. Let me just tell you.
Goddamn cheap, and then I'll try to put my my head at the bottom, and then Holly's feet always stink. It's fucking hell, and they think it's hot. They pre-plan it. They're like, oh yeah, we're getting naked with Ashley tonight. I'm the only one that wears full clothes.
So how does the prude end up in the middle? This is what I want to know.
I guess because they don't want to touch each other naked. I don't know.
But it's perfectly fine if their nakedness is rubbing up all over you.
I know. I was laying in the middle, and first off, it was sweaty. And my arm was down, and Misty's ass pretty much kissed my arm. You know how disgusting that is? And it was so bad because you're so tired, you wake up for that moment and realize what happened and falls back asleep, and then you both talk about it the next morning. And then Holly, like this last time, Holly didn't have a shirt or bra, and I was like, Holly, she was like, yeah, baby, yeah. And she says that, and I'm like, can you get your fucking kitty off me? You just fucking dragged it on my arm. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she washes that thing over. I'm like, oh, I don't know. That would be my hell.
I don't know. It's always like that in the bedroom, though. It's hilarious. Like, we do shit like that all the time.
I hate it. They get drunk, get naked together. One time I had to lock myself in the bathroom with their phones because they wanted to go live, because everybody should appreciate their naked body.
That was years ago. Trust me, that was years ago.
I had to lock myself in the bathroom.
That was a long time ago. It's been at least a month.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the first thing we do is, man, clothes go off. No matter where.
It's appropriate.
So chat's getting interesting because Shay was asking, is Ashley the one in the middle of the pics? And Matt's like, wait, there's pics? On the flyer for the show, for anybody who's curious, on the far left-hand side, the blonde is Holly, the one in the middle is Misty, and the one on the right would be Ashley.
Yeah. Yes, that is us. By the way, I made a mistake okay, so about us getting naked. When we went to Manila,
you did not get naked there.
Well, they had showers.
Oh, come on. All of us were like body and not positive back in the day, so nobody took showers. So we thought it was cool to take showers in like an old schoolhouse type thing together. So it was a monumental thing. Weird as fuck.
It's dirty there, though. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It was water. She said it was dirty. No, not in the place, but the showers weren't bad. Because we were like, oh, okay, cool. Because we were not going to stay there and not take a shower because we had drove so far, and we were like, okay, you know what it was.
Yep.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, they've got showers, and apparently this is the part that was new. Did you go over where the basketball place was and stuff like that?
Yep.
Okay. That's the part it was. They actually used it. So we were like, okay, cool. This is not bad. So we went in there and we relived some 1980s shower.
I didn't even get all the way naked then. I got my bra and underwear because I didn't take a shower because I was like, I'm not showering here. But I was getting naked with you guys.
I was like, I need a shower. And if anybody knows me, they know that I carry like this big satchel of like showering supplies everywhere we go. Seriously, like it's like a suitcase.
We had Planet Fitness, so you could shower anywhere. So if you just get dirty on the road and you're like, hey,
we just stop and take a shower. So I was like, okay, I need a shower. Like I'm real anal about that. So we went in there. So we relived like some 1980 photos.
Porkies.
Yeah, man. Like we were taking pictures. We were like, oh, just having a good time. Just girls. Nothing big. Nothing like that.
Yeah, and every time I take photos with my phone, because my phone's newer, so it looks nicer, they always ask me to do it. Yeah. So when I do it, I never on their fucking photos fast enough, and they bitch at me. So I was like, they were like, oh, we won't get them for 3 damn months. I'm like, so I sent them to, what was it? I sent them to Misty. I airdropped them to Misty in the back of the seat.
I got your phone, man. You said just send them.
I was like, here, just fucking take it and send it yourself, because they were irritating the shit out of me. So she took it. Mind you, months earlier, she had messaged what she thought was this one girl, me. She had a group chat with this one girl and me. And well, the girl changed. Was Holly not the first? Okay, yeah. Me, Holly, and this other girl. Well, the other girl changed her phone number. And somebody else.
Near Holly, by the way. Near Holly.
So somebody else picked up that phone number. Back in the day, a few months ago, she sent a photo of a dead rat outside of a red box, and she was making a joke about it. And this person said, "What the fuck?"
And I'm like a threat. I ain't gonna lie. He got a dead rat. Like I was gonna, like a mobster hit or something. I mean, it had to be weird to somebody who didn't know what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying?
So I was like, that's not Holly, or that's not Sissy. So I apologized to him back then when Missy sent photos. They're full-on nudes and that photo you have on the flyer. Full-on nudes.
Well, that nice photo at the flyer. Us professional, everything. Real nice.
So she sent all those photos to that chat with that random person that already got upset that she sent a dead rat.
Yeah.
So she sent pictures of Holly, full-on nude, wrapped up in a see-through shower curtain, and random shit like that. Them two being goofy together, butt-ass naked, and then a picture of us professionally.
Right at the end. Southern
In case you didn't know who we are, here's our banner sign.
The bad thing is that guy lives in Holly's area, and she don't know who he is.
And I got angry because he said something nasty back. He was like, I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And he said something, and I can't remember how it went down, but I got angry. Yeah, I got angry, and I called him, and I said, you know what? You should appreciate those. And he was like, I've already asked you to please stop sending me stuff. I was like, you know what? It was an accident, but you should still appreciate all that. He's like, I have small children. I'm like, well, they should appreciate that, too. I gave him a scolding for saying something ugly about getting an unsolicited nude. Yeah.
So what this means, fellas, keep sending those dick pics. We'll eventually appreciate them. No. So yeah, that's a funny story about that picture you used, honey. Somewhere out there, somebody's appreciating it being professional at the end of all them nudes I sent. They won't let me send pictures anymore. I just want
you ended it on a classy note. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
And they never complained about when I give them photos.
Don't rush me. Do you remember what happened last time?
That's exactly right. I'm back there going, come on, guys, I can do it for you. They're like, no.
Oh, God, it was terrible.
She did. She's like, when that sent and all that happened, Holly was like, I'm going to need to take a moment. And she was saying
saying all the positive stuff.
Yeah, I was like,
I told you, you're going to be really famous in France.
I did. I said, this is like, this is like family vacation thing, with Chevy Chase. European vacation goes over there and she's popular in France. I was like, Holly, that's going to happen to you, honey. Don't you worry. And she's like, I need to take a moment. I mean, it was like out of a damn movie if y'all could have seen it.
I'm going to need to take him. I can just see her. Oh, my God. Oh.
Yeah, that's how she appreciates everything I do for her.
I'm sure she does.
She does.
Oh, God. Oh. So what else do you guys have coming up? We are already well over an hour. I just looked at the time. I know this is where I'm talking. It can go by so fast. So,
yes.
What do you guys have coming up?
Okay, well, we're going to come see you, lovely, this weekend. We can't wait.
Super excited.
Oh my gosh, thank you for letting us be involved. People hear us on here and they're probably like, oh God, they're a crazy mess. But when you come and you sit down with us and see, we are a crazy mess, but we'll give you everything we got as in helping you and stuff.
Well, and I second that, you guys. I mean, they are a hoot and holler, absolutely. And they make me laugh. And I could see how some people listening to you guys could think, oh, they could never be serious about anything. But I've watched these girls investigate. I have not had the pleasure myself of having a full-blown reading with them, but I know people who have, and they've done a mini reading for me. They're phenomenal. You know, they absolutely take what they do seriously. They just have a damn good time doing it. So.
Oh, we do.
It's kind of hard for me because I'm like, man, I gotta go do tarot card reading. I gotta be serious because I do put on that serious like mentor type personality, and I'm like, man, I really want to go over there and wear my underwear on my head and do weird shit.
You could walk in with your underwear on your head someday, assuming you were wearing any, and you know, just see what they say.
Yeah.
Then what we have coming up, let's see. Gosh, what do we have? We're going to Ash Bash.
Are you?
Yes. We're going with Weird Weekends. Got to give them a shot. God, we love Weird Weekends. If you ever get to work with them, Kelly, you'll love them too, honey.
I have not yet, but I would like to.
Oh, my God. Lindsay and Donnie and Wendy. Oh, my gosh. They are awesome.
Lindsay, Donnie, and Wendy.
It sounds like
good, doesn't
it did. They need to, like, put that on a promo or something. But they're awesome. Great. You'll feel their heart, honey. You talking about feeling their energy, you'll love them. And we just love them dearly. And they'll love you. So
look at that old lady. She's having issues.
So then we're going to do other readings at this other little place. I can't remember the name of it. Holly will have to tell us. And then we have we're going to do something at Mount Rose. I think that's the name of it, with Doogie and Paranormal Kicks Cancer. So we got a lot of things coming up, and we're so excited about it. The thing of it is people don't realize how much we do travel. We're having a little downtime right now. I think we had like a couple weeks off there. I think we're going to hit the ground running. We're going from Tennessee to Ohio to, I think we might be going to Indiana. Yeah, there you go. And stuff like that. So we're excited about that.
Now, when you say you're doing something with Doogie, like Doogie Tennessee Wraith Chasers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
He's going to be at an event we're doing.
Yeah, I think.
Be at,
yeah.
Awesome. Is Chris going to be there too, do you know?
Who? Say it again.
Chris?
No, it's just going to, as far as I know, because Paranormal Kicks Cancer got in touch with us, and they were like, you want to do an event?
Those are awesome guys. We like
yes, Paranormal Kicks Cancer, they did an event down in Florida. We first got to hook up with them in Selma, and then they did an event in Florida. So we love them. Nicole, holy shit, she is awesome. And
Chris, yeah.
Yeah, and they're just really, really good people, and they do it for the benefit of, I think they have some kids that they're sponsoring at this event. So I know Doogie's going to be there, and then there's another one too, and then the Southern Gypsies. That's what's,
Very cool.
Yeah. So we got to do that, and then we have a list.
Halloween season that hit.
Yeah.
We do have a list on our website, or not our website, our Facebook page and Instagram. Right? So check us out there to see the things that we are getting into.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm forgetting some. Yeah. I know I am.
Because it's kind of a lot of hodgepodge, and the Halloween season's getting kicked up, so things are starting to get planned for that. So we're always around somewhere, and we also do remote reading.
Oh, gosh, we do, in case people want to get in touch with us.
Yeah, and I've seen them do their remote readings, guys, and I think that's one of the places that I've had a mini reading from them. They're definitely good. Sorry, the pounding is me trying to get one of the stuck cards out of the bottom of my box, and it's being ornery.
I think I got to read for your.
You read for my mommy?
Yes, I did.
Read for my mommy in Alton.
Yes, I did. How is she doing? Is she on new adventures?
You know what? That woman has been traveling all over the place this summer. Yeah. She's having a blast, and she is in between trips right at the moment. She got home a few days ago. She was out at a class tonight, and she leaves again on Monday. I don't know. She leaves again on another trip here in a couple days. So
I love it.
The woman's a madman traveling all over the place.
Good. I saw that she was getting ready to. It was like almost like she was getting ready to start a new chapter.
Yeah, and I think she just needed to wrap her mind around that it was okay to do that and go and have fun. And for her, she's a planner. I mean, that apple didn't fall far from the tree. So she had to plan out what she wanted to do and where she was going and when and with who and all that fun stuff. So, it took her a little bit to get stuff planned. But, she's leaving on Sunday. And she did have amazing things to say about your reading, by the way. So.
Aww.
She just put that in chat. She says, I'm leaving on Sunday, and thank you again for the reading. It was great. So you guys are not at your house, right?
No, ma'am.
Do you by chance have cards with you?
You know what? I just thought that. I thought I should bring my cards, but hell no.
That's okay. I was just going to say I was going to pull a card real quick, but if you guys had them, you could. I can pull the card, and I always elaborate on the card a little bit too. And then if you guys have any input while I'm talking, you're welcome to put your input on it too.
Okay.
So like always, guys, I'm just drawing a card just as a general reading for everybody. It may not make sense to everybody. Hopefully it will make sense to some of you guys. Sorry, I should have been doing this, but like I usually do, I get distracted. Okay. So tonight I am drawing a card from the Spirit Messages. And the card that I drew is the Receive card. And this is, you're a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. But now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. This card is given from Spirit to you at this time because we see the love, strength, and guidance you give to many. But now it's long overdue that you allow others to give back to you. We know and understand that you may struggle in the art of receiving, even though life is one big continuous cycle of giving and receiving energy. As a soul, you are energetic, being composed of an intelligent source of spiritual energy that guides you on your path towards happiness, prosperity, and well-being. Let others feel the joy in giving to you, the same happiness you feel when you're so generous giving to others. They also need to give back to keep the balance. You might have asked a question on obtaining something in your life, and not accepting or receiving from others could block the flow of abundance in all areas of your life. It may take a little while for you to practice this, but when someone gives to you, just a kind thank you in return is all that's needed. Keep the natural flow going and watch how the universe gives back to you for your highest good. The more you learn to accept and receive, the more the blessings in your life will appear. I think for a lot of people, we focus on so many other people, about taking care of other people, and we give and we give and we give our energy. And I think especially for Misty and Ashley and other people who provide their services like that, we forget that we shouldn't just be helping others. We shouldn't just be giving out that energy. We should be willing to accept that energy back ourselves, because it's what keeps us going also. But that receiving can sometimes be uncomfortable. And honestly, this isn't for everybody, but this is for some of the people listening. Sometimes that receiving can be very difficult, especially if it's receiving that you have to ask for, or that you try so hard to hide from other people so they don't know that you need to receive something. But it's never good. It's never good to try to hide that, because if you don't face what's wrong with you, it can't be fixed. If you're not facing what you're feeling, you can't make it better. So sometimes you have to face that, and sometimes you have to allow yourself to receive what it is that you need, even if that means asking for help from other people. But when they try to help you, you have to be willing to receive that help as well. It is a give and take. It has to be a give and take. It's not selfish to take back. And I think that's an important thing to remember. Again, Ashley, Misty, this is directed at you guys too. It is not selfish to take back on occasion and allow people to give back to you. What you do is amazing. What you bring to people, what you give to people, the help that you give to people, it's huge. So when that's given back to you, it is hard for us to just say thank you. But anything you guys want to add?
Well, no, I think that message, that message resonates with us, because I think that's something we're trying to do now is actually give even more, because we feel that the more we give, the more we'll receive back, as in good karma, good things. And every time somebody goes through something and it really shakes them to their core, they always think, what can I do more? And we want to be those ones that we try to give as much as we can. And then it is hard for us to receive back, because we always want to give. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. One of the things I wanted to say is This past month has been very hard for anybody that is an overgiver that will not leave situations you're supposed to leave. Because of the retrograde, it knocked all that out of your life. And August is supposed to be a more positive month for that, and it's supposed to be putting things back in line. Also, this is the time that you're supposed to be planting your seeds because it's almost the end. I mean, you're like a few months away to the end of this year, the things that you wanted to get done. But I think that is kind of hard with people like us because I might be mean. But when I love someone, then I will go beyond and over extremes to give back to them, to realize I'm taking everything I have to give to them to appreciate me. And then people tend to take advantage of that. So that is something that people, you got to kind of realize it. And it's kind of hard to when you're in the thick of everything.
Yeah. And that's one thing. You're also a giver, Kelly. So it's like as you give and give and give, you got to figure out, okay, when's it okay for me to receive now? And it's hard for people like us. It really is.
It is, definitely.
I had talked to somebody at work about some situations that I was in, and I was like, I don't understand how they could have did that. I did this for them. I gave to them. We cared about each other, this and the other. I don't understand. And he said the best words ever. And I always take nuggets that people give me, and I tell it to other people as well, because that's always, you're told that for a reason.
Right.
And one of the things he said is, you don't understand because you're not made like that. It's good you don't understand because you're not the type of person to do something like that. And I was like, God, that's deep, buddy. Yep.
It is deep, but it's hard. It is hard for me to understand because, I mean, like, I can't remember which one of you just said it, but when you love, you know, it may take you a while to jump over that wall and say, okay, you're somebody that I care deeply about. But man, when you do, it's 150%. And I don't get how people can care about people and be their friends or be in a relationship and just do so very wrong to the people they love. I don't understand. But it's probably, like you just said, it's probably good that I don't understand. I'm just not built that way. But
exactly,
cross me, and it's going to be very unfortunate for you. Sorry about that, but there's my truth.
That's the thing too, is people like you, people like us, people like Holly, who's not here with us right now. When we love somebody, we love them genuinely. Like when you get to that part of us putting down our walls or whatever, we've learned to deal with things through life to where we love you and take you as one of our own. It is very, very hard on us. Even though we may not act like it is, and this, that, and other, you may see us out there thriving. It is very hard. It takes a toll on us. So when that does happen, we are very genuine. You know, that's what we could feel in each other. That's why we clicked when we sing You Honey. That's what kindred soulness there. You know, so when you do cross us, do understand that I don't know if it could ever be back the way it ever was because we do care that much.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we fiercely love, but we can fiercely unlove.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, beautiful ladies, how can they find you? Where can they find you?
Oh, my goodness. Well,
on a street corner.
That's where Ashley's going to be.
Fun me.
So you'll find Ashley on the street corner. You'll find all of them naked in the woods. You'll find them naked in the
naked in shower.
Some stranger shower with pantyhose.
You'll find them randomly showing up in your text messages.
There you go. Yeah, with a dead rat and then nudes. Don't worry.
We're a professional.
Then
when you need help.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. I think we might have a Twitter that I don't know about.
I don't think we tweet you.
I don't tweet a lot, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't, and the southerngypsies.org is our website also. You can pretty much, if you drop us a message on any of those avenues, most likely, and then the southerngypsies@gmail.com is our email. Any of those you can get directly to us. So feel free. Facebook is probably the most manned because all of us are
PayPal.
No, only she's so stupid. PayPal. Ashley's trying to fund her way. I tell you what. But no, seriously, like that, you can get in touch with us anyway. So we appreciate anybody reaching out. We have been doing a lot of giveaways lately because we know August is rough. We just did a big giveaway for T-shirts. July was rough. Yeah, July was rough. August is going to be great, guys. Seriously.
For shit, there's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
We got a T-shirt.
We also gave away free readings this past month. Man, we were trying to do and give as much as we can because we know time was rough. But you got to understand, last month was retrograde. That was like 6 planets in retrograde plus Mercury plus 2 eclipses. You had 2 new moons. I mean, that was everything that you could throw into a month in there. So when people said they were like feeling really down or misplaced or this, that, and that, it's because the world was shifting them the way that they needed to go.
Yeah, it hit me hard in the twat, and then I just got to the point where I was like, fuck it.
You know? But seriously, you probably had some life-changing things, anything that needed to show to you. And some people are like, retrograde ain't that bad, Mercury retrograde. Actually, I ended up saying metrograde on one of our lives over and over, which was hilarious. It's metrograde. That's when it's really bad on you. Do know that sometimes that's because maybe you're on the path that you need to be, so it's not as bad for you. But on people, it's like you're on, I told these girls before, metrograde. Yeah. I was like, we are on a highway, and I feel like we did not get on the off on the exit that we needed to. And I kept saying that. And then it was just like, I just said, we're on this highway. We're not, we should have took that exit back there and this, that, and other. And it put us on that exit we needed to go. This one was, yeah. So I feel like it reroutes.
Sometimes the shakeup is a good shakeup. You know, it is a shakeup, and it may rock you to the core, but it's exactly what's supposed to happen. So it doesn't always feel like it was out of control.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of moving parts, definitely. You guys do have a Twitter, by the way, but it doesn't look like you've used it for a while.
Yeah, we have no.
You guys need to get your Twitters more active.
Yeah. We need to tweeter more often with tweakers. Tweaking on our tweakers.
I think it was Shay who said, I don't twat very often. I'm like, oh, honey, that's something completely different.
That sounds like shaver twat.
Oh my god. I can't wait to see you guys this weekend.
I can't either. We're so excited.
All right, so you guys take off tomorrow.
Yes.
So when are you guys pulling in then?
Oh my God, I don't know. We're leaving tomorrow evening. We'll drive throughout the night. I don't know. We're getting there, man. We are pointing the car.
Like on cocaine.
We are pointing the car, and we're going to get the hell there. What time are we supposed to be there?
Well, it starts at 2, and I think you guys are the first speaker, so you should probably be there by 2, for sure.
Wait, on Saturday, right?
On Saturday, well, yeah.
Oh, God, I thought it was Friday. God.
No,
Lord!
Lord almighty!
No, we're meeting each other on Thursday night, and we're driving, because it takes us 16 hours, I think, to get there.
Drive.
I can pick up so much shit on the side of the road.
Yeah, but then we get a good night's sleep on Friday, and then we'll be there bright out.
All right, when you guys pull in, I expect my very own hand-picked Gypsies set of bones.
What? Oh, yeah?
On the road, I'll get it for you.
We're going to have roadkill in the car.
Hell yeah.
Damn it.
We'll put a bucket on
This one still has a little meat on it, Kelly. Just pick it off. It'll be fine.
I got this coon dick. He's still alive, though. He's
You pull a live hissing raccoon out of a bag, we are going to have words.
I'm going to send pictures of that to everybody. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
I'm serious. Somebody is benefiting from me talking about coon dick all the time. Somebody's like, ching, 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 ching. People going in and buying them.
You know, after we've been talking, yeah, they're out there researching that stuff. Where can I find one? Where can I buy one?
I want to buy one. I sold myself. I'm going to buy like 5. I'm going to start selling them. Here's genuine coon dick.
Yeah.
Genuine.
You
I bet I read for stick fell off.
Oh my God, my ribs hurt. Alrighty, guys. If you have not had enough of the Southern Gypsies yet, which, come on, how can you ever have enough of these gals?
Exactly.
You need to get to experience Holly, and that adds a whole nother level to this mix.
Oh.
So if you haven't had enough, you need to join us in Farrar. We do have a couple tickets left still. Farrar. So it's August 10th. It starts at 2 o'clock with presentations, and the presentations go through 7. We will be feeding you pizza and water, and then we'll start the investigation after that. And, it's going to be a good time. Again, it's myself, Coyote Chris Sutton, Chris Nielsen of Paranormatic. We have Miss Brandy Green of Ghost Hunters International. She's phenomenal. And then the lovely Southern Gypsies. We'll have Asti and Mishy. or we'll have Ashley and Misty and Holly there with us. That's it. You are Ashley and Mishy from now on.
Your name's Ashley.
Ashley. Oh my gosh. All right, so coming up for me after Saturday night, midweek next week, I will be taking off to fly off to the East Coast to go to Pennhurst with some lovely people. I'm so stupid excited, I can't even tell you. I'm so stupid excited. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And then on August 17th, I will be at SpookCon in DeKalb, Illinois. And then the following weekend on the 24th, I think that's the right date, I will be up at the MI Paracon in Michigan. I do not have a show for the next 2 weeks because of travel. So, just a heads up, if you're looking for me, I won't be there. But if you need a laugh, just re-listen to this show. Yeah. But anyways, I will let you guys go because you are an hour later than me, so it's pretty late out there. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. This has been so much fun. Miss Holly. Oh, God, it's going to be craziness. I miss you, Holly. I love you, Holly. And I can't wait to see you on Saturday.
Oh, we can't wait here either. So this is going to be so much fun. It's a hot mess coming at you this weekend, honey. Can't wait to get to you.
And it may be a hot mess, because depending on the weather, it could be really warm in there. God knows what's going to come off if it starts getting too hot. So
I'll bring the mask so no one gets self-conscious about it.
Can you bring a bag to put over my head, please, Ashley?
Maybe some pantyhose we can sneak into the house and sit in the bathtub.
We love you bunches, honey. Thank you for having us on, and thank you for letting us be involved.
Anytime. We love to have you, and I want to work with you more. So we'll keep figuring stuff out. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
We were just saying that we love you, and we can't wait to see ya.
Yes, get rest, and don't fall asleep overnight. Good Lord, guys. Let me know how progress is going on your way. So,
yes, ma'am, we will.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening tonight. I hope you guys had a good time. Again, Southern Gypsies, follow them. If you can't find them, reach out to me. I will point you in their direction. Come see us on Saturday night. Obviously, it's bound to be a good time. Love you all, and have a great night.
Thank you for listening, and for all things Paranormal Buzz Radio related, check out our website at paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.